Hi guys, good morning. How are you? I hope everyone is good. I am Adarsh Katiyar, a senior technical consultant on IFAS applications. So today actually we will learn about the data migrations, which is you want to migrate data from external sources into the internal system. Okay, I am choosing a data migration topic because there are every organization which is working on the IPS applications. So, data migration activity is the basic starting point whenever you working on implementation project, whenever you working on upgradation project, whenever you working on the support or data development phases. Okay, so migration activity is very base, starting point at the time of working on your organizations. Correct. So before we are going to migration activity, so first we start discussion about the data migration. What is the data migration and why are we are using data migration? Okay, data migration basically IFS application. IFS means IFS Industrial Financial System. Correct. So basically we'll discuss about the data migration. Based on IPS application has a one of the iFunded tool, which is actually we will achieve this activity basically data migration tools. Correct. So first we need to understand data migration activities. Why are you using data migration? So in IPS applications, data migration is a tool that loads data from external sources into the application code objects. Correct. So this tool is basically typically used to move data from previous legacy system when an IPS solution is first implemented. Correct. Otherwise, the key advantage of IPS data migration is that it allows loads data through the business logic API in the IPS application. Correct. So basically, data migration jobs are highly configured and multiple jobs can be changed together depends on your requirement. Understand? So now today we will do data migration. Basically, first we need to understand about the data migration activity. So let me discuss. Basically, IFS data migration is a tool that moves data into any application core object in your IFS application. Correct? Take advantage of standard APIs, insert data into one or more logical unit in one process. That is more important. Generic functionalities may be combined with specially made scripts. Okay, not a tool that replaces conventional upgrade scripts. Okay, IFS data migration uses a number of different data sources like a text file, tables, view in Oracle database, and we can use also database link in to other sources and directly from Microsoft Excel using that IFS data migration Excel add-on functionalities. Okay. Also, it can join in the information from already migrated data along with external sources. Okay. So basically, data migration we are performing only two types. Okay. One is the FND tool, FND migration, and other is the Excel migration. When we talking about the FND migration, basically this job can be divided on the way they migrated data. Each type may have different procedure for using data. Under the procedure name, there are showing multiple procedure with respective description and direction. Okay, so here procedure will perform all data migration activity on this based on procedure. Excel migration basically we need to license Excel add-on functionality from IPS side. So basically Excel migration will perform these types of migration jobs can be used to migrate data between Microsoft Excel which is using IPS data migration add-on functionalities, okay, and a database. So data can be both queries from saved data, single or multiple logical issues. Okay. Generally, data for F&D migrations we are coming from. See, we are talking about a database migration on F&D. So this come to picture on your procedure name. Different type of procedure name we perform our operations data migration. Correct? So basically these window solve all procedure. This is all procedures that may be used in the installation of data migration. At the time of data installation data migrations, it is on all procedure under the procedure itself. Okay. So all procedure must be predefined in the package interface underscore util underscore API. Okay. So and will be inserted here during installation of F&D migration modules. So all the procedure coming under F&D migration F&D MIG modules. Okay. So there are performing multiple operations via multiple procedures. Like that check by method new. Okay. Create output file, create table from file, insert by method new, insert operates, and lots of procedure. We can also customize our own procedure as per requirement. Every procedure we will define under the package interface underscore util underscore API. Yes. So let we start with that. So guys, first we go to the migration job activity which comes under the database management section, and go to the database management and choose the migration job option. Okay, so here are actually this scheme basically shown migration activity. Here we will perform all migration activity. Okay, so you need to create new job. Press the plus sign button and go to your first tab. First tab is shown here, job ID. Job ID, whatever you want to put it from here, just put your job ID. In my case, I am giving your demo. So my job ID is start with demo. I am giving demo. So the demo 1, 2, 3. Okay. Description basically it is more important for those who's new joining, who's working first time of data migration. Yeah, suppose you have already created this job, but in future someone actually duplicate this job. So first actually they understand basically why you are creating these jobs. That's why actually you describe each and everything. What are you doing basically in this job? Right now, so I'm inserting a record in your target table, in your target API database system. So that's why I'm putting here insert record in your target system. Most important section in the procedure name. Correct? So in our case, see, when we are talking about a data migration in your IFS application, so data migration will perform on your logical unit. Okay, logical unit means where are actually define your alls or define your pages means. Suppose one page has a multiple child types, multiple tabs. Okay, so every header, every tabs has your own API. Okay, own logical unit. Okay, so when you're talking about logical units, so suppose if you want to migrate data into your one logical unit. Correct. So whenever we're talking about the one logical unit, so first we need to go which procedure actually you want to use in this activity. Okay, so whenever you talking about the individual logical unit data migration, so we are choosing, this will be allowed choose with you insert or update procedure. Correct? Insert or update procedure basically it's check if the row exists in your database first. Okay, if this is case modified under double underscore. Modified means this procedure which is comes under the package. Modified will be performed instead of new operation. Okay, so insert, see, whenever we insert your new record, so that time we will perform which procedure, which method, new method. Whenever you modified something in your existing record, that will be for modified double underscore method. Understood guys? So we are choosing right now insert or update procedure. Now next section is the view name. It is very important because we need to insert which view name, which API. So you need to understand which API you want to insert your record. So first choose the API name. So we first choose the view name. If you remember this view name, just you from here. Neither you can choose from LOB. Okay, search section. In my case, actually, I am inserting the code under the basic data of your program. Okay, my basic data is type is the additional cost type. So under the system info, I am copy view name from here. See, this is logical unit. So this is system info has to display about the logical unit, your component name, your view name, and your API name. Pick view name from here and put into your view name section. Search option. Group ID is basically which group ID you need to record right now. So under the formatting tab, this is very important. File path basically shown which file actually are you stored on your local system or your server, and file path. What is your file name? So just name of your file name. File location, very important. So file location basically there are three types of file location. One is no file, means you don't need to display from here. Okay. Second is on server. Suppose your file keep on your server side. So you can choose location as a file on server. And third is the on client. On client means in your desktop, in your laptop, in your local types system located in your file. So you can choose on client file location. Now actually I'm putting my file. I'm keeping my file in my system, so I'm choosing on client file location. Okay. Character set no need to require. Source name automatically reflected whenever you put in the view name from. Date format no need to require. No need to require. It's not actually mandatory. Mandatory it is the file location and column separator. So column separator, actually there are lots of column separator, but there are also only one. One is comma and second is the pipes. Comma basically suppose you want to migrate data from here, from your text file. So comma separator like that, between two characters, between two columns you want to separate your comma like a pipe. So I'm choosing from here comma separator and save it. Then go to your file mapping section. So file mapping section basically your all columns are reflected automatically when you are putting view name from here. Correct? Column name like that, additional cost type and description. Flag basically additional cost type is the primary key and description will this is showing with the MIU. M means mandatory, I means insert, U means update. Correct? Which data type? Very great to and what a length of data type? 35. So here position basically very important. 0 position is shown when you migrate data into your system. So zero is the zero position is there, just ignoring this column. Okay, zero position means just ignoring this column at the time of data migration. But I want to migrate data in both of columns, so we need to put position from here like that. We need to start 10, the first position and second position at 1. Okay, and save it. Rules basically is automatically reflected when we are choosing the procedure name. Okay, by default automatically set of your procedure at the time of selecting procedure under the position. Okay, so I am actually I am migrating these data basically. I am migrating these data. So first I deleted this one. There is also nothing. I am migrating one single record from it. So guys, just see here under the additional cost tab there are no data from here. Okay, so I am inserting one record from here. So my column name is first I write the column name. So my column name is first column name is the additional cost type, and second column name is the description, and I'm putting the value of both of column. So first column value is the cost, and so second column value is the allow. Okay, save it in this sheet and go to the next one. So guys, here I need actually one more rule, skip line. Why I need skip line from here? Because I no need to require this header section, means in your first line. Actually I am migrating data only values, not column, correct? I am migrating data only value of that column, but no need to require migrate data for a column. So I am just ignoring first line. So this is your first line and this is your second line, correct? So rules value I set the 1, means I'm skip first row from your file. Okay guys, so now you can use RMB function from here and choose start job option. Okay, so this section actually display about your job section, where you show your job name, description, what types to choose file location. Okay, so there are two options, default and detail. So no need to require any section. So we are going to the detail section. So detail section right now is empty. So here first we choose the file. Which file? Which file actually this file. So go to use your RMB function and choose your load file and select your file where you located basically in your system. My file name right now is the I am migrating data from additional details files. So I am choosing this file and save it. Correct? Go to header section here and go and using right mouse button and choose the unpacked file. Basically it is shown as it is basically perform your operation. It is correct or not. Okay, it is correct, so it is shown unpacked complete for jobs. It is for successful process. Okay, it's okay. And second record is the loading, means it will loading after your next person. Perform your next person. So your header, again you can choose your RMB function, RMB button, and choose your start online option. Okay, so guys, here are showing migration jobs completed and one new record inserted. Correct? So the migration are successfully inserted, one new record. Check in your screen. So there are no record. So refresh this page. Now record is inserted successfully in your additional cost type scheme. So Understand, guys? You can insert your report, basic data, a single logical unit. Now, suppose if you want to modify, okay, guys, if you want to modify, so modify will perform based on your primary key column. Correct? In our case, primary key column is the additional cost types. Okay, see. So this is our primary key column. So we cannot modify, we cannot update on the primary key column. You know that in the database we cannot modify it, updated on primary key. Yeah, but we can modify other column that is based on your primary key. So now I modified other column, description column, which will be like others. Okay, this is based on your primary key. Primary key column is the additional cost type, which is has value cost. Okay, now save it. We will check this is working or not. So that is actually, guys, best practices you can do from here. Do one thing from here. Just do the actives. Because this rule ID basically is based on the insert or update. INS means insert, UPD means update. Like execute either insert or update. Right now I am performing update operation. Just don't do update. Okay. So see, actually this is not mandatory, but as your good practices. Same step you can go to start to the data section, choose RMB function, choose your file name. Okay, my file name is already I modified all of the others, so we are showing others. Okay, same thing using it from your RMB function, choose the tag successfully. Okay, now your start. So there are showing one row modified, guys. Okay, one row modified means your record is already modified, means instead of it based on your time. So we'll check the screen. So here right now it's showing hello. When we refresh this page, so it will shown others. This is based on your primary. And let me check. Refresh my page. So guys, you see. Here are you can modify your existing record if you want to migrate in your new record in your target system. So that is very easy process. No need to just need to understand basic functionality. Okay, so insert or update, basically it will perform data. If you want to insert new record, if you want to modify your existing records, so that time we will choose the procedure of insert or update. Insert or update procedure basically this will perform only for single logical unit. Guys, just carefully as this is my word. Insert or update procedure for the data migration. Okay, so this is perform only single logical unit, not for multiple logical unit. It is important. Okay, so that is actually we have done actually first step. You can insert, how can update existing record. Now guys, this is your second operation. Second like that second procedure. So actually most of organization actually wanted that. Suppose if you want to removing data from your target system, from your API, okay, with the help of FND tool, how can do that? So I heard that most of users, most of associate, and most of developer are very little bit confused. How can removing data with the help of FND tool? there are lots of confusion. There are they basically they do not perform as with the operation with the help of FND migration. They are using script migration. Yeah, they are creating some procedure that is based on removing data. But most of people, most of associates, most of developers, they are not using FND tool for your removing data, your existing system, means existing database APIs, database tables. Today we'll learn about how can removing data from your API. Okay, guys. So when we will be talking about the removing data from your existing system. So guys, this is very important. These activity actually will perform by with the help of two operations. Okay, one is file migration, and other is the source to migrate it. Okay, means first we collect all those record. First we collect all those record, which record we want to remove from your target database, target API. Correct? First we collect all record and insert into your temporary table of your database. Okay, whenever we get all those records which will be delete from your target table, so first you get all record into your temporary table, then we will get all record from temporary table and matching with your target system database, target system API. Both records are matches, then API dot remove double underscore method will be performed on that time. How can do that? That will go for the predicate. Okay, so in my case, I am removing. Suppose I am removing these records. Okay, from under the additional cost type. Correct. So now we are creating new job from it. Same thing demo. Removing. So now this procedure will choose. Now in my case, in this activity we will choosing create table from file. Okay, because first we collect all those records which will be you removing data in your target system. Correct? Now review name. So in my case, I am choosing means I am removing data of additional cost type. So first we choose the view name from here. View name is the first additional cost type. Okay, copy and no need to record from here, guys. No. And under the file options, same thing. We can choose on client, and column separator we are choosing comma because I am taking comma between the column. Right? And now you can save. Go to your file mapping option. Just refresh your page. Column automatically reflected in your position same as 10, 20 and save it. Okay, so I'm removing header. Same thing, guys. Skip header. So skip line, full ID, and use one and save. Okay, guys, RMB pencil. Choose your start job option. Under the details section, choose RMB function and choose load file and select your file, which record you want to remove in target system. I am removing API. 2 API. Now save it. From here, choose RMB function and select unpack file option. Just completed successfully. Okay. Then choose RMB function and select start on time. One row selected, one row completed. Okay. So guys, now one of the Tamrill table automatically created. Okay. For this procedure. So how can they come check your report? So Tamrill table, it will be start with IC. Okay, IC underscore your job name, and then at the last will be and underscore tab. So check your record. So your timetable start with IC underscore your job name, then underscore tab. Okay, so check with your data. So guys, your timetable is completed and data will be appear from here. Data will be cost and others. So all are recorded, which is coming from your external files inside into your timetable. Okay, because I need these record removing from your target table, your target API. Correct? That's why actually I need all data into your target, into your timetable, time rate table. So go to your first option, first page. Now guys, we are actually removing those record in your target system, target APIs of all those. So we are creating a new job for this. Procedure name actually we are choosing from here source to migrate procedure. Okay, migrate source data procedure. Right guys. So under the formatting tab here, this is very important. Source name. Sorry. Source name basically we are putting from here your timetable. Okay, timetable table. So what your timetable name? So my timetable name is IC underscore demo underscore app underscore tab. So we'll take alias name, then this is more important, and target table, target view name. What your target view? So, target view name will be this one. This will be target. Alias name. Okay, why Rosmi I am taking target view name, and why are we are taking timetable? Because these timetable records are matching with your target table, means your target view. If both our records are matching, then we will be perform your removing method. Understand? That's why I am taking from here two table. One is timetable, means one is your source table, and second is your target table. Correct? And here where option, basically where option we need to join between both of table. Correct? So we need to join. So let's see column, both are columns same. Primary key column from here, additional cost type. Under the where section, a dot, because both same columns are also in your timetable. So alias name, put your alias name, a dot your timetable, primary key column your timetable, and primary key column of your target. Okay, both are same. So put here a join condition under the where clauses. Now you can see go to your method list. So under the method list, first you select your API name. Suppose we need to perform operation through these API, because I need to remove these operation. Okay, these record from these. Okay. So under the method section, we add new sequence. New record sequence will start with 10, 10, 10, 1, 1, 2, anything you want. No need to record from your view name. Go to your under the method name section. Okay, go to your API name. Now dot. Actually, I want perform remove method, because I want remove record in your APIs. Correct. So remove underscore and save. Right, guys? Because I need to remove data from your target database table. Rules is no need to require anything from here. Go to your source table, source mapping section. Just refreshing. Okay. So we are mapping actually source column from here. Correct. If we are not mapping source column from here, so removing method actually will not perform actually in these situations. Okay. Because if you want to remove data from your API, so first you need to mapping your source column with your target column. Correct. So our source column basically will take this one, means second, purchase additional cost type. Basically we need to mapping both of record, means your timetable record and your target table record, both of record. Then we will perform actually both of record. We are mapping actually both of record, and after matching both of records are getting successful data, then removing method will perform after this activity. So now here under the source column, choosing your method 10.object id. Okay, so a.obj id. Okay, so same column name actually basically is coming from your APIs. Sorry, not a. React name B. Okay, I'm choosing from here B area. Data coming from B. B dot object id B, and B dot same is object version, and action time always should be 2, because it will be hard coded value whenever we migrate data into a target system, target database table. That's why actually we are using 2 options from it. So under the single quote, see guys, every record has a unique row ID. Okay, so at the time of record insertion, at the time of record modification, at the time of record deleting. So every time as a row ID generated a unique value for those records. So I need actually delete those record permanently from the target system. So that's why we are taking row ID. Save here. Guys, everything is going well. We are doing good. Okay guys, so now you can send same method, same step you can follow. Go to your option, choose your option start show, and now don't go through under the data tab. You can, suppose you have data already in your timetable, just matching between your timetable data and your target table data records. Both our records are matching. Then removing of methods will be performed in that step. Okay, so under the header section, you can choose the right mouse button and click your start online. Guys, here process row 1, or in my case single records are correct, one row selected, and records are removing from your target system. So go to your screen. So now the records are showing because we are not actually refreshing this page. So first we refresh this page, you check. So records are gone. Correct. Check also in your table. No records are there. So understand, guys, how can use your procedure, which procedure what does to work, and want to migrate data from your simple relational unit. So this procedure are working at the time. If you want to removing your code in your existing system, existing database table, existing database API, so which procedure are working at that time. So that is very important. Okay. So guys, this is actually basic things. So today actually we will start the data migration IFS application. So next later on the session we will start for the new section, new topic. It will start with the multiple API, the data migration. We are doing want to migrate data in your custom field, custom attributes, custom page. How can I do this? So we will actually see in your next session, next clip. So guys, whenever you want to follow my channel, so just like and subscribe, so you get actually latest notification when you like post videos. So we'll actually next we'll learn about the lobby, order reports, customizations, configurations on Arena basically Arena client, and as well as IE and IFS 10 applications. So we'll learn actually lots of things. Okay. So guys, thank you so much for watching my video. Thank you so much.